Hello friends, our next topic is anatomical evidences. Look at the picture. In this picture, similarity between human hand, ox foreleg, flipper of whale and patagium of bat. Do the correction that in this picture there is no foreleg of cats, it is the foreleg of ox. Use of each organ is different, but there is similarity in structure of bones and bony joints in organs of each those animals. This similarity indicates that those animals may have common ancestor. Then third one is vestigial organs. Degenerated or underdeveloped useless organs of organism are called as vestigial organs. Such organ, though non-functional in certain organisms, it may be functional in other organisms. For example, first one is appendix. Appendix which is useless to human being, but it is fully useful and functional organ in ruminants. Then our second example is muscles of ear pinna, which are useless to human being, but it is useful to monkeys, cows, elephants for the movement of their ear pinna. Then third one is various vestigial organs like tailbone, that is coccyx. Then wisdom teeth and body hairs are present in body of human being. Then our next is paleontological evidences. Another word for paleontology is fossilology. Fossilology means the earth science that studies the fossil organism and related remains. What is meant by fossil? Remnants and impression of such organism which is buried lakh of years into the earth remain preserved underground. These are called as fossil. A question may arise in your mind that which organism existed millions of years ago. For this, we need to understand the age of fossil, and for this carbon dating technique or carbon dating method is useful. In our textbook there is a topic related to carbon dating method, and carbon 14 and carbon 12 are introduced, which are the isotopes of the carbon. These are useful for the carbon dating method. Then what is meant by carbon dating method and its points? The death of plant or animal that can be calculated by the measuring the radioactivity of carbon 14 and the ratio of carbon 14 to carbon 12 in their body. This is carbon dating method. It is used in paleontology and also the anthropology for determining the age of fossil and also the age of manuscript. By this method we can know the age of fossil. It is developed by scientist Willard Libby and awarded Nobel Prize for this in 1960. Our fifth evidence is connecting links. Plants and animals show some morphological characters by which they can be related to two different groups. Hence, they are called as connecting links. Some examples in our textbook. First one is peripatus. Look at the picture of peripatus. It is show connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. Like Annelida, the body is segmented and thin cuticle. These animals show tracheal respiration and open circulatory system similar to Arthropoda. Then second example is duck-bill platypus. Duck-bill platypus lays egg like reptiles but show relationship to the mammals due to presence of mammary glands and hairs. Then third is lungfish. As per the name lungfish, it performs the respiration with lungs and shows other characters like a fish. These examples indicate that mammals are evolved from reptiles and amphibians from fishes. Last one evidences is embryological evidences. All embryos show extreme similarity during initial stage and those similarity decrease gradually. Look at the picture. These are the different embryological stages of different animals. Similarities in initial stages indicate the common origin of all these animals. These are the similarities indicates that they have the common ancestor. These are the groups support the process called evidences of evolution. Then our next topic is Darwin's theory of natural selection. Scientist Darwin proposed the theory of natural selection and it is important in study of evolution. This theory given in the book of Origin Basis. Points of this theory is first one is all living organisms reproduce prolifically, meaning in large amount. Second point is there is struggle for survival. Then third point is the survival of fittest rule means misfit whichever eliminate. Means the organism which are misfit eliminate. Then fourth is well adapted produce more such offspring. In this theory there is main objection. The main objection is first one, natural selection is not only the factor responsible for evolution. Then second is Darwin did not mention any explanation about useful and useless modification. Then also third objection is there is no explanation about slow changes and abrupt change. Then our next topic is Lamarckism. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck proposed that the morphological characters occurring in living organisms are responsible for evolution. He proposed that each animal or plant undergoes some changes in its lifespan and those changes are transferred to the next generation and such changes occur in next subsequent generations too. He called this concept as principle of use or disuse of organs. For example, first one is giraffe. Then neck of giraffe has become too long due to browsing on leaves of tall plants by extending their neck of several generations. Then second example, shoulder of the iron-smith have become very strong due to frequent hammering movements. Then third example is wings of birds like ostrich and emu have become weak due to no use. Then fourth example is legs of the birds like swan and duck have become useful for swimming due to living in water. Then one of the example is snake. Snake have lost their legs by modification in their body for burrowing habit. All these examples are types of acquired characters and are transferred from one generation to another generation. This is called the theory of inheritance of acquired characters or Lamarckism. One of the sub-points in our textbook is ancestry of acquired character. The living organism can transfer the characters which it has acquired to the next generation. This is called the ancestry of acquired character. Only one objection of Lamarckism is that modifications formed are not transferred to the next generation. Then our next topic is speciation. Before we start the speciation, there is one basic thing what is meant by species. Species is the group of organisms that can produce fertile individuals through natural reproduction. Speciation. Speciation is the process of formation of new species from earlier ones are called speciation. Each species possesses special character. It differs in its geographical condition, habit and habitat. Speciation depends upon the following factors. First one is genetic variation. Second is geographical changes. Third is reproductive changes. And fourth one is geographical or reproductive isolation also leads to speciation. Then our last topic is human evolution. The dinosaurs became extinct around 7 crore years ago, and from that point human evolution began. In simple way, human evolution means journey of ape. Ape means monkey to today's human being. Humans are thought to have evolved from monkey-like animals, which look more similar or more or less like modern lemurs. These monkey-like animals further evolved into ape-like animals. Some of these ape-like animals evolved into gibbon and orangutan, while the rest of them evolved into gorilla and chimpanzees. From there evolved the first human-like animal called Lamarchism. Always remember that first human-like animal is Lamarchism. Lamarchism from Africa, the next one Australopithecus, then Neanderthal man, and next Cro-Magnon are important steps into the human evolution. Always remember that Neanderthal man was said to be the first wise man. Dear student, in this way we completed our chapter. There is a important points to remember in this chapter. Is first one is 3 steps of the protein synthesis: transcription, translation and translocation. Then next one is mutation, then evolution and also the theory of evolution, evidences of evolution, that is morphological evidences, anatomical evidences, vestigial organ, paleontological evidences. In the paleontological evidences there is a carbon dating method, then 5th one is connecting link, and 6th is embryological evidences. Also the next topic is Darwin's theory of natural selection, and next one is Lamarckism, speciation, and last one is